Now then, here we are in the beautiful Yorkshire Dales, God's own country, and it is green and spring has sprung. We are just sort of getting into that nice warm weather, and life is sweet. And tonight we are going to be camping out in the middle of nowhere, and I've got a couple of absolutely awesome products to show you guys, which are the future. We'll call it that, the future. And we all need to get on board with sort of looking after this environment that we live in, because the earth is slowly dying because we are killing it. So we just need to sort of be more aware of that. He says driving this big old beast, which is a gas guzzler. To be fair, I do need it for work, so I do have justification for it, but anyway, we need to start getting serious, and things like this are going to be a thing of the past, so we need to get on board. Right, let's get on then, eh? Think serious. Ultra cool. Hey, this is what it's all about, moving into the future. Anyway, I've borrowed this off a mate of mine, and the reason is because I'm going to show you this product that I've got, and I'm going to show how it interlinks with something like this. And obviously we need to start thinking along these lines a lot more, and it won't be long, we'll all be driving one of these babies. So like it or not, this is what we're going to be doing, driving around in electric cars. Now the problem is currently the infrastructure for electric cars isn't great, and obviously that's going to slowly get better and better as time goes on, because obviously we're all going to end up driving this. So maybe not this particular one, the LOL car, but yeah. The problem with electric cars is that they have limited mileage. This one in particular I think does about 50 miles. So great as a little commuter out and back, and then hopefully you can just sort of charge up again back at home on some solar panels or something like that. But there is a solution to add a few extra miles to that, and that is using the product that I've been given to sort of show you guys, which is sat on the back seat. And there we go, it is the EcoFlow Delta Max. So when EcoFlow contacted me, I was pretty excited because a mate of mine's already got their sort of Big Daddy battery, and he absolutely swears by it. And he bought that to go on his boat, which sort of pretty much powers everything going on there. And obviously when you're at sea, it's great to have sort of a big battery backup, just in case you sort of get stranded out there for a while. And obviously there's certain safety aspects you need to consider with that, like having a charged VHF radio and things. So yeah, it definitely works for him. EcoFlow said to me, what do you require from a battery? And I just said something that I can run my power tools off. And they confidently said, this is the battery for you, test it out and give it an honest review. So the fact that they were confident in it, I was hopeful. Anyway, for the last 5 or 6 weeks, I've completely caned this thing. Like, you will not believe, I've used every power tool going on it, and I've actually built a full garden room with it at the bottom of someone's garden. So yeah, just impressed, completely impressed by it. Anyway, let's get camp set up, and I'm going to also show you a little bit more of what this thing can do. Well, as you can see, it's fairly manoeuvrable. It weighs 22 kilos, so it's a fair chunk of a weight, but the fact that it's got these really good handles on it just means that it's quite easy to sort of move around. So I'll show you what it comes with. Firstly, we have got a mains charger. If you notice, this mains charger, compared to a lot of the other batteries you buy, it is just a wire. So that'll obviously plug into your mains, and this will go into your EcoFlow battery. Often these have a big fan system on, and they're loud. Everything with this is all internal, so that's something that is just cleaner. I do like that about it. Secondly, we have a 12-volt charger, just so you can charge it off your car as your car is running. And then we have the charger for solar panels, and I think this is your standard solar panel charging system. So I think it will actually take any type of solar panel, but they sell their own panels to go with it, which are probably more efficient, I would assume. Here as well is another cable, which I don't know what's for, but anyway, that is what comes in the box. You also get an instruction manual as well, which just sort of shows you exactly how to use it and everything like that. If we turn this round, I'll show you. So on this end, under this handle here, we have got 4 sockets. So you can pretty much put anything you want into here. A fridge, a power fridge for a long time. You know, I mean, a beer fridge, that'd be a good thing for an outdoor party. You could have the lighting for your party, and a third one you could use for your music, which gives you another one spare as well. So plenty of output there. We've got a 12-volt output here as well, so you can just plug in anything you want. So if you were camping or something, you've got air beds, you could use it for pumping up something like your SUP or something along those lines, or even an outdoor shower, 12-volt shower. So, you know, pretty good for the camping side of things. Here we've got the inputs. We've got a input for the solar panel and the mains input here as well. There's a fast and slow charging system as well, so you can trickle feed into it, or actually just blast it as fast as possible to get the power up on it. It'll actually do 80% of the charge in an hour. 80% in an hour. That's pretty good going. Anyway, we'll flip this round. Yeah. At this side we have got the power button, and just above there, tiny little LED just to show you where that button is, just in case it's dark. Flick that on. On the display we've got 100% in the middle, which is the current capacity of the battery. We've got 2 numbers here on 0, one's the input, one's the output in watts, and then this is how many hours of energy you've got at the current output. So currently on 99 because there's nothing plugged into it. As soon as you plug something in, then obviously that will reduce. I think that's quite good really, because say you had a fridge on and obviously food that's potentially going to spoil, at least you've got an idea of how long it's going to last for. Let's have a look. So we have got 2 USB-A sockets here and 2 fast charge USB-A sockets, 2 USB-C sockets here, and to turn on that panel you click that button, so then obviously now they can be used as an output. But that is pretty much it on that side. One thing this thing doesn't have is a flamethrower to kill all the midges around me, because they are really annoying. So there we go, the tent is set up, the car is just chilling there, and I've got this battery set up in the centre of this table here, and a few items ready to go just to test it out. Starting with some lights. Look at that. So there we go, my abode for the evening. Table and chairs, lovely lighting, lovely scenery, and the only issue is the midges. They've been annihilating me, but I can't complain because the rest of it is just beautiful. So, well, it's lovely to get the lighting set up, and I've also brought my own stars. Look at this, All those green LED dots, I don't know if you can see them on the camera, but it's a cloudy day, so you know, why not bring your own stars? Anyway, next job for me is to cook. So I have brought the hardest, most powerful thing you could use, and that is a sandwich toaster. These things do draw a lot of energy just because they're providing a lot of heat. So let's hope the battery can cope with that. So currently plugged into here, I've got the battery to my GoPro from the USB socket at the far side, and on this side I've got two sets of lights. One's this sort of LED lasery type light, and then obviously I've got the fairy lights on it as well. Kettle's on, ready to go, and now I need to preheat this sandwich toaster. So I'm going to plug that in now. We'll just see what the wattage output is for that. So as you can see, the light is on there, and just because I am drawing more power from it, you can hear the fans come on in here as well. These lights are drawing the midges. I hate midges. Anyway, let's prepare a toasted sandwich. So I've got some bread here, some cheese, onion, and some beans. So let's start with, oh, I've got some butter somewhere as well. So while that's preheating, let's get the sandwich made. Starting with buttering the outside of the bread. I always remember doing this as a kid. So thin coating of butter. That just helps it sort of not stick, and it also helps it brown really well. So I'll get 2 slices done. And then we're going to add some cheese to the inside of this. Oh, midges, they are really getting me now. You can probably see them on camera, to be honest. Oh, I've only got my face exposed, but it's enough to just drive you crazy. Right, knife out. We'll chop some cheese. So this has actually got temperature now, and it shut itself off, and the fan's actually shut itself off there as well. So let's get this sandwich made quickly. I'll tell you what, it's nice having a decent knife for this. It really does cut well, and I am excited about having a cheese toastie. Simple things in life are always the best. So we'll get some cheese laid on there. I'm going to chop a tiny bit of onion. You don't need much onion. Just a slice, and we'll break that up. Pop that on. Does add a nice bit of flavour though. And then bang a few beans on. And although simple, it's a very tasty sandwich is this. Spread those around a bit. Okay. Right, we'll get this opened up. Burn some midges away, hopefully. We'll pop that in. And then, you're ready. Crush that down there. Well, the sarnie is done, and it is looking perfect. I didn't even get a chance to click the kettle on, so we're going to click that on now, and then we'll just sort of see what happens with it. It's on. It can cope with a proper kettle. Again, the fan comes on just to sort of make sure that it's cooling itself down, but you don't get much more draw of energy than a kettle. The only thing in a household that you might get more of is an electric shower, but it's coping with it. Well, the kettle's just boiling. There we go, it's clicked off. and it's now time to eat this sandwich. And I am excited because I'm starving. I haven't got a plate. I haven't even got a cup to make a cup of tea. So I'm going to have to find something. I'll make it work though. Beans tin maybe. That is good. Boy, I wish I could have a toasted sandwich every time I go camping. Absolutely gorgeous, that. So simple but so good. Boy, these midges are relentless. Anyway, this is all I have got that I can make a cup out of to make some tea. So, I'll get my knife. I'll chop the top off it somehow. And there we go, a cup. Bob in a tea bag, ready to burn my hands. Oh, well, it's working. I'll just let this stew a minute. It seems like it's slightly shrinking with the heat, which ain't so good. I'll get this tea bag out. Now, as soon as I add some milk, at least it'll cool it down a little bit anyway. I've just got some UHT Long Life milk. Plenty of milk in. And there we go. Some tea. I can just hold that, I think. Yep, that'll do the job. You know, sometimes you've just got to invent things to make your life a little bit better. And a cup of tea is something I can't live without, so there we go. Necessity is the mother of invention. Ow. Well, it is that time. I'm going to get myself ready for bed. I'm currently out by the ultra cool Twizzler. I mean, I could probably wear a string vest and socks with sandals and get out of that and still look cool. That's how cool it is. Anyway, I am going to put the battery in the tent, and I'm going to show you another couple of items that you possibly could use whilst out camping. And then I've run a lead from the tent, which has come down to here, just a normal extension lead. And what I'm going to do is just plug in the Twizzler. Ready. I'll pop that under there and shut that down. And then we can charge it up overnight, ready for morning to get us back home. Cool. Right, let's get in that tent. But it is peaceful. I'm in one of my most favourite places ever, and that is a tent. I just love it in a tent. No matter where I am, I just feel like so at home in one. So anyway, I am fully set up. I have got the battery here, just charging my GoPro batteries still. One's fully charged, one's nearly charged, and then I've just put a new one on. I've got a couple of other items here to show you which might help you get your partner out camping possibly. So something you could take is a battery like this and a hairdryer. So let's just get this on. Well, there you go. It will happily do a hairdryer, which is quite good as well, because hairdryers actually do consume a lot of energy, so it's pretty good if it can do that. The next item, very similar, so if you're in your van doing the van life thing, a fan heater. Absolute brilliant thing, this. So let's turn this on and see if I can burn the tent down. I mean, this does have a massive amount of energy pulling from it, and if you want to warm your tent up quickly or your camper van, it's definitely a good way of doing it. But again, not a problem doing that at all. So, you know, these are just luxuries that can just turn a normal camp into a very comfortable camp. So just another thing to consider, but the fact that it can cope with all this, it's just brilliant. It really is. So I am going to plug in the car. So let's just get that done with my external lead. So now hopefully we're charging the car just to give it enough energy to get us back home in the morning. This Delta Max battery is pretty damn awesome, really. I mean, you can use it for so many different scenarios. I mean, tonight I've done the sort of van life thing, I would say, out of the micro car. And, you know, it works really well for that, because obviously it's movable as well. So then you can sort of bring it out of the car, out of your vehicle, take it to the beach, have the party, and then back into your car. Another good thing as well when it comes to the van life thing, normally you buy a van and then you convert it yourself and you add a leisure battery, which is time, money, and quite a lot of effort to do so. And when you sell that van, that battery system goes with it. Whereas with this, you can actually just take it with you and pop it into your next van and your next van. So definitely a positive with that one. I mean, if you're a prepper, you know, it's a no-brainer to have sort of extra power, and this can be charged from 12 volt and from solar, so that's obviously a really good bonus for that. Where else could you use it? Busking, that'll be a good one. You know, you've got power there to last you all day for your day out busking, and just get the electroacoustic guitar wired in and a microphone and you're away. So yeah, maybe I'll be doing that next. You might see me on streets busking. Anyway, it has been a pleasure. So it's time to lay this lug, and I can't wait to get up tomorrow and get back in that little car and go for another razzabout, because it is ace fun. Anyway, we'll see you in the morning. Morning, flowers. Well, it has been persisting it down for quite a while now. I've just been laid here for the last sort of half hour or so, just listening to that rain striking the tent, and that pitter patter just is such a lovely sound to listen to. It's like massaging my eardrums, and it just reminds me of being a kid when all our family holidays were always just camping, and then we upgraded to a caravan, but the thing was it was only a 2-berth caravan, so my mum and dad were in there and me and my brother were still in a tent. So yeah, quite nostalgic, I would say. Just such a nice feeling to have. But it does make a difference when you're in a bigger tent as well for that, because currently I'm in the Taiji 2 from 3FUL, and this tent's, I like it. It's just got a decent size about it. I mean, currently I'm on an extra large mat, loads of space. We've got all the batteries and everything at this side, and I've just sort of chucked everything at that side, and there's still 2 vestibules in here. And if I sit completely upright, you know, I'm not even touching the top there, so it definitely helps in wet, horrible conditions having a tent that's a bit bigger. Anyway, I've charged the car up to where this dropped down to 15%, and then it just saves me a little bit of battery just for making a cup of tea this morning. I've got my GoPro batteries fully charged up, my phone is on charge, and my iPad as well, that's nearly charged. So it's time for me to get out and see what the world is like out there, and then, as I say, make a cup of tea. Time to put this tent away then. We're in a place that we shouldn't really be camping, so I've got up nice and early. It's still only about 6:45, and we're going to get the tent away before any humans start to appear. I like it though. So there we go, that is the EcoFlow Delta Max portable power station, and this does exactly what I required of it. And the main thing for that was just to run my power tools, which it did with ease. I've tried to show you guys just a little bit extra of what it can be used for, and you know, massive energy suckers like a kettle and a sandwich toaster, and even charging a car up. So it is just an absolutely awesome bit of kit. Very, very impressed by it. If you want to see any of the technical specifications, just check out their website, and on there as well there's all the different accessories that can go with this. So you can add extra batteries, so you can double up, triple up, and those just plug into the main unit, which is this one. That is quite good to have, because obviously rather than buying a whole new full unit, you're just buying the battery set, which is a little bit cheaper. And then also you can buy the solar panels to go with this. So there's different size solar panels just to charge this up. There's all their other products that you can buy. We've got batteries from this sort of size right up to a big one with wheels on that you have to sort of drag around. But overall, absolutely awesome. Anyway, it's time to get back in that go-kart, and hopefully we've got enough power to get ourselves home. Oh, here we go again. Ultra cool.